and start streaming. Right, we should be going live. Need to roll this out on my phone. Get chat window up would be nice. Hopefully I'm not doing the crackling thing again. So I couldn't find any problems myself when I looked back. Maybe that's just me being used to low quality things. I don't think the YouTube app's new layout. Well, it's not really a different layout. I don't like changing apps. I like these. I like knowing where everything is and what the buttons look like. Anyway, there we go. Just need to fix that, and I think we're all good to go. So, right. Welcome back to Final Fantasy. So, last we left off, we went through, I think, most of the patch quests for As Goes Light, So Goes Darkness. And we'd started, well, we're still in that patch quest, but I'm hoping that it won't take too much longer to finish up, which is why I've called this one the Gears of Change, which is the next patch. Hopefully you'll get started on that one. Reason for problems last stream was, I'm not quite sure, internet issues probably. Yeah, we have found Thancred again, we've met the Warriors of Darkness, and in that little cutscene we had just at the end before I ended the stream last week, Sorin got stabbed, which sounds like it might be a problem for these peace talks I think we're trying to have. First objective is to return to Alphino in Foundation. The Holy Sea of Ishgard. I'm pleased with myself as well for... Maybe I shouldn't be so pleased with myself, but for probably getting into the habit of making sure my language is changed before I start streams. Hello everyone. How are things? Fortunately, the journey afforded us ample time to brief Thancred on recent events. He did need caught up a bit, didn't he? What do you think of everything that happened? So, he slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Garlemald to uncover the truth behind the 1000-year war, thwarted the megalomaniacal Archbishop's ambitions, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that about sum it up? I guess... it really does kind of hit you when you put it that way, doesn't it? Alphino! How are things? Right, let us not keep Sir Amerk waiting. Are you quite well, Thancred? Maybe he's a bit cold. Those clothes are for the Forlands, after all. Yes, quite well. Forgive me. You've given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair of the Ishgardians and Vidofnir, and our friends nowhere to be found. It would seem there's no end to our troubles. We can but face them head-on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Ida and Papalymo, and Minfilia as well. These trolls will soon be but a memory, on which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wished I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. And despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. It's good to have you back on board, Thancred. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Right, there's only around nearly half of everyone who's gone missing. Ida and Papalymo were always together, so finding one of them probably means finding both of them. Suppose, and think about it that way, we're halfway back. Hilda? Oh, good, you're back. Things are gonna be heated while you're away. What happened? You have returned. In this at least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sorin's invitation. She has? These are glad tidings indeed. Lucia? Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? The chirurgeons tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmund and Lord Artorial not been on hand when the assassins struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been doused into fires, but for every one we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. It is plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Of course. Now let us be about it. I know Sir Emmerich said there was likely to be trouble. Didn't think it would start this quickly or this violently. The flames are spreading. We must need to begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found, suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, in both the pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alphino and Mistress Yashala, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. I guess I'm heading for the pillars then? As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Me and Sorin and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Oh, we haven't introduced Thancred yet. Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you too, my lady. I'll bet. The name's Hilda. Scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Right. Up to the pillars. Oh, excuse me. Well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passers-by. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. And you're suggesting we find them? Sorin knows someone again. Oh, of course. Emanolin. Oh, aye, the infamous Lord Emanolin de Forton. Lover of women and wine. Don't neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Sorin. He'll be at the Crozier most like, making an effort to be seen. So let's go and see him. I saw him there not too long ago myself. Grizzled, I will accept. Old? City's on fire, and of course that's what Thancred's worried about. Right. Where's your... With any luck, he'll maybe be at the same stall I saw him last. Was just at the entrance to it, so lots of people coming and going to see him if that's his objective. Oh. Looks like it. Obvious enough the other two got here first. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does, and in Lord Emanolin, I sense we have living proof. I am familiar with that quote, yes, Thancred. Well, go on then. Talk to the Doff Sod. I suppose I am acquainted with him. Lord of Manline? Well, well, if it isn't Sorin, dearest of all my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old boy? Well, the city's a little bit on fire, sir. Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. Awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Not have the old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you were wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. That's Sir Americ's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you are thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to Hoplon. And while you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. I won't complain if you want to come along, sir, but I also won't encourage it. Wait a moment, I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old boy. I'll have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, a prickly though she may be. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? I think it was yours, Thancred's. Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplon, Sorin, I shall investigate locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. Well, I guess I'm on my own for this one. Off to the... In retrospect, I maybe should have just used the Aethernet. I'm running now. At least some good's going on in the vault now, I guess. Hello there, sir. And just had some questions about the arsons. Come, my brothers and sisters, there's food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Alone's blessings be upon you, father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There's so many unbelievable tales these days, about the Archbishop and Sir Americ and the Dravanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, sir? I'm actually here just looking to ask a few questions about the fires. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on for far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Well, didn't help too much, but it's still nice to see the church has good people in it. It wasn't all just the Archbishop and the Heavens Ward. Hello there. There was a man of a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere. It was so hot, and I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Man with a... Well, thank you. And they lose their parents? I suppose even if it was just their home, it would still be a... Man with a satchel, though, it's not particularly specific. Hello, ma'am. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbours shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. Barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Doesn't seem to be much information about, which is not particularly reassuring. Implies these guys knew what they were doing, knew how to cover their tracks. Hilda? Thancred? How did you two get on? Finished then? I believe so. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? Well, not much, to be honest. We will require more than model testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several fires, including one near St. Raymond's Cathedral, and another near the Tribunal. For mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy. Unless their target wasn't the orthodoxy? Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphino will doubtless have an opinion. Well, I'm sure he does. Guess it's time to regroup with the others then. Hopefully their investigation yielded a little bit more than ours. So, I suppose a little bit more than ours still isn't likely to be much. At least looking around me, the damage doesn't seem too extensive. I know that's no consolation to the people who lost their homes, but the city's still standing. Oh, there they are. Oh. Looks like they might have had some success. Or Tatar? You should have seen the way Alphino tackled him! Alphino tackled? No magic? I'm guessing we do have a culprit then. Good. Now that you are here, we can proceed with the interrogation. Definitely seems like we've got someone connected to it. Alphino? Mind filling me in? Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Sorin, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. I can see that quite clearly. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not. So we insisted. Yeah, I heard that insistence involved Alphino tackling him. Let me go, damn it! You've got the wrong man! My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hand? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does arson pay well? I'm a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet Mongol slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but these highborn types really do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you a rabbit and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks! He's the one who told me to keep going. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind, tried to, with all my heart. Said my prayers every day like a good man. But he came to me. He came to me! And there you have it. Hilda, would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. Everyone, can we avoid the unnecessary violence? We've already got him captured. That was incredible, Thancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I've seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at least confirmed that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Right, back to the congregation. So, yeah, I think what Thancred might have been saying about... If those two are staying behind themselves, they probably have something private to talk about. I'll leave them be. I suppose maybe that's the first... I suppose, yeah, Tataru hasn't seen Thancred since we found him again. Give him a little bit of time to catch up, I guess. I'm aware Thancred's one of the... He's one of the people left who's been with the Scions the longest. Excuse me. The Temple Knights are interrogating the arsonist as we speak. God's willing, we shall have more information ere long. You're not looking particularly upbeat there, Alphino. If we could but determine the motive behind these fires. I have a hypothesis, but... Bit of a gambler, ain't he? Fine by me, so long as his luck doesn't run out. Well, it hasn't so far, despite everything that could have happened to him. So, I suppose the same thing goes for all of us here, pretty much. Excuse me? On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended has been interrogated as we speak. Though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master, he'll soon tell us what he knows, one way or another. Lord Artorial. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Artorial. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sorin in his chambers at present. I am. He bid me bring to solve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. I'll catch up with you another time, Lord Artorial. I haven't really spoken to him since I first came to Ishgard, really. My Lord Artorial did not seem to be in the best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphino. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. That's... right, is it? We've caused a lot of problems for us Fort Home. So, what now?
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Oh. Sir Amric, are you sure you should be up?
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well, thank you.
I think
Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change.
That is a point. Are you sure you don't know quick Vercure, sir?
When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
I think we might be about to find out.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
Not good.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond. They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
That's,
the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
That's...
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich will change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Is there any way I can help?
Commander, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
Sir Emmerich, are you... I mean, I'll definitely come along myself, but... Are you sure you should be leading an assault with your...
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Lord Artorial?
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel.
Atwarel. Okay, that's how it's pronounced.
Time is against us.
I'm not good at remembering pronunciations for names in this. I have to keep an eye on Sir Emmerich. Even if he's putting on a brave front, he's gotta still be hurting after all that. I don't think there's much convincing a man like him. Do not concern yourself with my safety, lest you forget, I too am a knight. Ready when you are, Sorin. Just like old times, eh? Concentrate on freeing the hostages. I will tend to their wounds. Right, of course. That's why I became a red mage, right? Focus less on healing and more on preventing wounds in the first place. Listen well, we will enter the Basilica silently via the gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true Brothers of the Faith are unknown. Oopsie. I am told one claimed to have served under Ford the 7th. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes. Which means they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defences against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Atwarel, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honour if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavour. Are you certain you wish to join us? I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter, my shield will not break. Polone is my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my friends. Oh, well said, my lord. Friends, follow me! Back into the vault. Standing here again, this is... last time I was here. I learned these powers so that wouldn't happen again. keep an eye on everything. Our tutorial looks like the one most in need of help. There's one hostage. And where they've put the others. Some quick patch now. Oh, they're talking. No, that is not in the chat, of course it isn't. Even, I guess then I am in charge of healing, aren't I? But we still have Alpha now. Onwards. Right. I'm go after hostage.
Down with you!
No, you don't. Are you okay there, sir? Oh, I guess. Deal with the threats first. Right, everyone's still doing okay? Looks like quit. Just in case. More of them. Right. Don't anything happen to you two. It's one place I don't feel comfortable leaving people behind.
You underestimate me.
Right. It's going okay. Everyone's doing fine. Mr. Emmerich? Lord Arturo? There's the knight automatons behind us. Do we not need to be concerned about? Sir Simeonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages and you'll be shown mercy. I give you my word. Huh, the word of a heretic and a kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. Yep. I thought those might be a problem. Unlike you, Sir Emmerich, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive of the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial then. Lord Atterell, Sorin, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simeonard. Sir Emmerich, I'm really not sure I'm okay with that. You're still wounded. Don't make me choose between different lives. We do seem to be treating it a fair duel. Can't waste time. The quicker I can rescue the hostages, the quicker I can get back. You're right. Where are they? Over there. No, you don't. You leave these people alone. You doing okay there? I'll tell you now. Is it safe for them to make a run for it, do you think? Wait. They're making the others... Dang, I want to... Have to be quick. There they are. You okay there, sir? Ma'am? It's okay now. Right. Of course. Are they gonna be okay? I trust Alphino and Ishtal and the rest can get them out okay. All at once, Raymerick. That's Seminard.
This knight does not yield!
Let's clear away the rest first. Sword. Just keep at it. No more of my friends are dying today. You okay there, Sir Emerick? Is that all of them? No. The other girl I was talking to. Upstairs, sir?
Where is he? Where is he?
That's the guy who...
Come no closer!
How do we...
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Sir, I'd rather he didn't release the girl right now.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
No. Sir Emerick, let me do something. Hi. Why wouldn't he let me move?
What? But
I don't know if Sorin has seen this happen or not. I don't know whether he can say anything or not.
Vidofnir!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Vidofnir. She's alive.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hope.
Me? Man?
I bear a message from my sire.
Racefelger?
From Gracefelder.
This doesn't...
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing.
They've left?
This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
She wasn't even here to... a peace meeting, just to deliver a message to me? In any case, I'm glad she arrived when she did.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Jovanians, I do. but I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horschiffon in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
You okay there, Seymour? You sure you shouldn't have a bit of a lie down now? You've been doing all of this while you're still recovering. In the moments before Vidofnir appeared, I contemplated teleporting the girl. Thank the 12 that I did not. Yeah, that's... Your lost teleports haven't been an easy job to undo. Well, that was timely. Vidofnir must have been circling for hours. Whether it was coincidence or deliberate, I'm not going to complain, Thancred. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? It is but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well, time scarcely does it justice, but 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. And let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harboured doubts will take these events to heart, and accept the truth of Seymour's words. Well, it's only meet that I inform Tatar of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Fort Holmes Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tatar would never forgive me if I left the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. Alright, so we're for a return to the Rising Stones, is that what we're saying? Oh. A moment, Sorin. I wish a word. Y'shtola? Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? Well, he seems to be his usual self. I'm a little curious about the eye patch. Yeah, he seemed to be doing well enough in the vault, but do you think something's wrong? That he did, which is especially remarkable given the injury to his eye. I can only assume that his time in the wilderness afforded him ample opportunity to compensate for his impairment. However, I speak not of his physical state, but rather his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate Aether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that the nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal... It may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still a little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Don't worry, I won't. I'm just... Is this because of the teleporter? Right then, I should be on my way. Ryle may have charmed Master Batoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Suppose the Y'shtola came back with... Her eyes seemed a bit faded. Traveling through the ethereal sea might the life stream do that to you? From what I've seen, Y'shtola's magics don't seem to be diminished at all. Hello there, sir. I do hope everything's okay, though. Excuse me? Lord Edmund told me all about what Vidofnir did. Oh, I wish I'd been there to see it.
that Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Lord Attrell? Manlane?
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
Is there something you wish to talk about, sir?
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue.
Thank you, sir. Excuse me.
But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house.
Wait. What?
Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat.
But that's just not true.
His title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Oh, I suppose if his goal was to obtain power, then renouncing his title would kind of...
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zemail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
I'm... I mean, would Sorin remember that line? I certainly don't. I'm not actually sure what I can say, sir.
But then I thought of my brother. A knight lives to serve, to aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way.
Knight lives to serve.
You were a brother to Horchefort. Will you be a brother to me as well?
I'll do what I can, sir. All I've been doing is trying my best.
Come, Manalaine. There's much to be done. For father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
Sir Emmeline, were you not paying attention at all to... Sir Lord Attrell, is your brother okay?
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Of course. You think that's just
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
Remember was Count Edmond de Forton. Heaven's word. So goes light, so goes dark. No, as goes light, so goes darkness. Just take the money. Excuse me. This is thy proof. The Garen oracles. Apocrypha. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning, and of the path we have been set upon. I think I know. Oh yes, it is Elizabeth. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Guardians are no exception, nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Must be happening. Well, everyone has their orders. The mosque will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know what hit them. I fear it will be bloody. By Ralgard, it better be. We cannot stay here forever, Ida. We have other responsibilities. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them. Every one. So it goes. Well, what's our next step? Much as I worry for the future of Ishgard, the fate of our missing friends concerns me even more. Back to the search then? You heard any more news, Tatar? Alphino! Sorin! I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding Flamin, Hoary Boulder, and Coltonate. Really? Something happened? No, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite, in fact. Seems that once they learned the Scion's good name had been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa. They should be arriving any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link poles are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being spied on. Quite, but what wonderful news, to think that our reunion is close at hand. A pleasure to see you too, Alphino. Ah, Thancred and Krile. What brings the two of you here? Krile and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. And we may just have found the answer. You found Minfilia? Sorin, when you were fleeing Ul'dah of Minfilia, you said that Heidel... Oh, who's the voice now doing it right? Sorin, when you were fleeing Ul'dah of Minfilia, you said that Heidelin spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Heidelin commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the aether, or ripple, if you will. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course, we will require suitable data. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Sorin felled the ultimate weapon, and the site of my personal ignominy. It was there that Heidelin intervened to shield him from the magic I invoked. Krile and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the aether therein. The two of you, alone. I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident that there will be sufficient nooks and crannies in which to hide Krile while the patrols pass. Besides, if you and Sorin come along, who will see the Flamin's grand homecoming? As long as you two are definitely going to keep yourself safe. When you put it like that, very well. I will trust in your plan. I know not whether this data will yield a means to find Minfilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tataru and I will return to the Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrade's return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Livingston docks? Of course. You know, it hasn't actually been too long since we've been to Limsa, has it? When we were talking to the Admiral, I think. Wait, no, I think I'm getting confused with when I was with my main playthrough. Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels. Right. Back to Limsa. Things are starting to come together again. Little by little, getting everyone back. Down to Mist Guild. Is this going straight into a cutscene? Or... oh, no, it's not. It's taking a while to load. Still. Holdney, welcome back. If it isn't Sorin Sherwood, really, you didn't have to come all the way just for us. Ori Boulder? Is that... by the gods it is you! Well met, Sorin, well met! Miss Flamin? Oh, Sorin, how have you been? Come here, let me have a good look at you. Has been a while, hasn't it, ma'am? Thank the 12, one hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I'm worried about you all every day. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. The Tara found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hanish vessel. Pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we, Coultney? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. About that, ma'am. Minfilia's missing. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? I'm sorry, ma'am. I wasn't... Forgive me. I'm sure you're doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be. He watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return, and busy myself in the meantime. For certainty, there's much more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Aye, that's the spirit. To the Scions, and a long overdue reunion. Huzzah! Thank you, Hori. Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones. I'll be along in a moment. While I'm passing by the... oh, am I going to get teleported to Mordona? I can't remember. Oh, that's it. You'd think the Empire would have maybe blacklisted the Archon tattoo. You'd think it might be a giveaway.
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
Maybe hide the body a little bit
Why
there.
must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Minfilia described, you know. I don't think you favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
I see now where Alphino gets it from. Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every Scion's. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope. And neither will I.
Then for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
I could just while I'm passing by, maybe say hello to everyone in here again. Miss Furbegon? How are you doing? Salutations, Sorin. Beset though you were by a veritable storm of misfortune, you've acquitted yourself admirably. I trust you now fully appreciate the training you have received in adapting your strategies to meet the ever-changing needs of a situation. Well, I think so, ma'am. Maybe that's part of why I... it's been a wee while since I've been in Arcanus now, hasn't it? How fares the guild? Ever since Killia departed to study under the Guildmaster, her contributions to the guild, as both an administrator and a field assessor, have dramatically increased. Even more so than before. The Forseer proves herself an indispensable resource of Milvan's Gate. The Guildmaster, as is his wont, continues to send in sporadic reports of his research, though, admittedly, the details of his work with Killia are suspiciously absent. I am curious as to how the two of them are getting along. No news is good news, I suppose. If you ever need a hand, ma'am, you can always call me. I always seem to miss Miss Killia when she's around. I feel like it's been a long time since I last saw her. But I guess on to Revenant's Hall. Or I suppose I haven't seen Alka since, well, everything that happened. I should say hello as well. Just let him know how things are doing and find out how things are going with him. Alka? Such a pleasure to see you again, Sorin. I trust you and Lily have had many great adventures since the last we spoke. Well, you could say that. Kind of. I'm not really walking the path of the skull too much at the minute. How go for you? Quite well, and in large part thanks to you. Fighting by your side was an enlightening experience, to say the least. However, as is often the case in academic research, it is the unexpected discoveries which prove the most fascinating. I must confess that I am tempted to broaden the scope of my studies, but that is a conversation for another day. Well, it's good to see you're doing well, sir. Again, if you ever need me for anything, don't be afraid to call. Some of these people know where they can get in touch with me. I don't think it's a secret that I'm a member of the Scions anymore. Mordona. Hopefully I'm not too late behind everyone else. Ori, how's it feel to be back? Oh, it's great to be back in the Toll. It even smells like adventure. Home at last. I must make my rounds and see who remains. It feels good to be home again. To think that everyone is waiting for us just beyond those doors. Friends and family with whom we have shared so much. Gods help me. But the older I get, the more sentimental I become. Come, let's not keep them waiting. I only wish everyone was here. But everyone will be. That's the important thing. I suppose maybe it's important that Miss Flamin's here first. So that she's here to greet Minfilia when she gets back. Nothing like a homecoming to lift everyone's spirits. Thanks for bringing them back, Sorin. Not a problem, Tataru. I just met them at the docks, really. And there they are, at last. Thank the 12. We must call the children at once. They've always been so fond of Ori. Scion? When our comrades betrayed us, I feared all was lost. How wrong I was. Scion! Ephemy! Fills my heart with joy to see you both ill and healthy. And what of Higiri? She as well, though abroad on a mission at present. Just wasn't the same without you. Welcome back, my lady. Let's see everyone home again. I worried that Artemis is getting a bit carried away. Well, I suppose I can overlook it on this occasion. Artemis, how are things? We could do a bit more of that around here. Heartfelt reunions with a stalwart companions brings up... Oh, that's not... don't know what sound that was, but it's not a belch. Brings a bloody tear to the eye. Belch is not something I can do on command. Miss Clements, are you okay? First Ocher and now Hori? Passing fancy I could suffer, but this... She's hopeless. Utterly hopeless. Miss Clement? Is this something to do with your sister? Have I... How are things going? Oh my. Decisions. Huzzah! He has returned! Together my brother and I shall serve the Scion till the breaking of an 8th dawn! Right. Well, how are you sailing back in, Hori? Oh, sure. What in the 7 hells drove my little brother to come to Mordona? Why you, brother? You and the Scions, of course. For 1,000 days I trained that I might grow as strong as you, that I might fight alongside you. Yet now that you are here, I sense that you have surpassed me once more. No, do not tell me. You trained with the Hanish, did you not? Your eyes do not deceive, brother. I have studied the trials of the braves and drunk deep of the souls of mine enemies. Drinking souls now, sir? Well, I suppose I don't really have any answers to what's upsetting Miss Clements, so... Glad though I am to be home, I cannot help but think of those who have yet to return. Once we have settled in, I would join the search. Any help would be appreciated, Mr. Coultney. But you take your time to rest. Is she crying or is... Oh, does look like crying? Sometimes hard to tell with emotes like that after just kind of like trying to express laughter, but I think that is the crying emote. Aye, I heard it all from Eliane. So where is she? If I'm to greet the songstress of Ul'dah, I would do so on my feet. The secret oneself in a ship's hold to secure safe passage to a faraway land. This is a tale we know all too well. When they are well rested, I should like to seek a formal introduction. Why wait, my friend? Come, there's no need to be shy. Pray grant me a moment longer at least, though I am happy to oblige you. My legs are rather less accommodating. It's starting to feel a bit more like everything's back to normal. Ma? Is that the Lady Flamin I've heard so much about? Well, well, I shall have to introduce myself. Everything getting back to... Once we find Minfilia, Papalymo and Ida, that's... Maybe this will all finally feel like it's over. It's been so long since I've seen them all like this. Too long. It was the chaos born of my foolish ambition which forced them to flee. Though they are returned, there are others yet missing, others whom we cannot forsake. We'll find them, Alphino. I know we will. Minfilia, Ida, Papalymo, every last one. And when they walk through those doors, we'll be here to welcome them home. With me at the head of the queue, of course. Of course. But... we shouldn't wait too long to get back to the search, should we? Seeing everyone like this, it just makes me want to waste as little time as possible getting to the end of this. Thancred and Kryl contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castra Meridianum bore fruit. They asked if we rendezvous with them in Ystol in Edelshire, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honour, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. Well, I suppose there's not much of a better homecoming gift we could get. I'm sure Tatara can explain, or, you know, cover for us until we get back. I think it must be OBS that really hits my loading time, because it only seems to be when I'm streaming. Hello, huge mouse thing. Sometimes things like this bother me when you just have a random player. I know they're not trying to do things, but it takes away sometimes from the moment where you have just huge mouse thing. It was rather less than I had hoped, though mayhap I asked too much. Is everything okay, Miss Erstol? How is Flamin, by the way? Enchanting as ever, I trust? I shall have to pay my respects when time allows. Miss Kryl? What were you able to learn? My apologies. I see I'm the last to arrive, so... what news have you for us? Well, as postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the Aether at the scene of the ultimate weapon's destruction. A ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believed Hydaelyn shielded me with the blessing of light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Silda aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Heidelin, there's no other explanation. But there's more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2, but 3 beings had been affected. Yet, unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now, recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of aether. Though this too is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that, when communing with Heidelin, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So, let us consider the facts. 1. Heidelin interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Heidelin may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Heidelin guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her body and soul onto the ethereal sea? In which case we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. We have a way to go to the ethereal sea, I speak of the Antitower, a Charlian construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower. I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Of course. We really need to maybe see about doing something for Master Matoya, I think. We're doing a lot of asking for favors. And not a lot of, well, paying her back. That structure still seems to be there in the lake. If I find some time, I'll have to ask about it. Sightseeing spot. If I remember correctly, the cave is this way. Unless the others are waiting for me again, which I'm not quite sure will be the case. I think this will be the first time making my own way there. One step closer to finding Minfilia then, if Master Matoya is able to help us. Hello, ma'am. Sorry for the intrusion again. But, we'll let one of the others ask. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Antitower. We might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? I wonder, indeed. The tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The form foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Antitower is sealed save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the form's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. You'll do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Sorin can go. Take the magicless rogue too if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Sorin. Thancred, no. Your ferric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with aether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment. Or worse. But Minfilia could be in there, waiting for us. And you could die. And for what? If she is waiting beyond, Sorin will find her. Trust in him. Have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. I will, Thancred. You can count on it. It'll be interesting to see how they might change this one then in the future update for NPC party support. Because yeah, Alphino, Ishtal, and Kral. Interesting. Like, would Kral join you in a dungeon? And would they change it so Thancred? Yeah, it'll be interesting just to see how that all matches out. Into the anti-tower. And DPS queues, of course. I have to get used to that now, don't I? What is there that needs? I don't mind all the quests I've started and not done anything. We could continue to help Gunuvanu, who's been sitting waiting for us to meet him in the blue window for a while. Or there are just side quests. That's fine. We don't have enough. Sorin nearly has the full set of the Shire equipment, just missing the necklace and bracelet. And of course the earrings, but I don't need the earrings because Minfina. So, I forgot about queue times. I did not plan for having stuff to do in the meantime. Would be interesting to do in the meantime. Maybe I'll look. This may be an idea. Wonder. Okay. I guess while I wait for can't do this alone. I'll have to call on some help from the Adventurers Guild or see if there's any adventurers in Idleshire who'll help out. While I wait for them to get back to me, maybe I've been away from Lucia for a while. So maybe it's about time I did some work for the Maelstrom again. Of course on the lower decks. For some reason I thought... You're confused, I thought... My brain thought for a moment the A48 Plaza was in the after castle. I think I'd like my rank to be more than just a petty title. Commander? I've got a bit of time away from my Scion duties, and I was wondering if is there anything I can help out with? Your hearing must be exceptional, Lieutenant Sherd. If you did not overhear the link pro report, then why? Well, no matter. You're here now, and we could certainly use your aid. I've just received word that raiders have sunk a civilian vessel in the Strait of Merlefor. One of our warships is en route as we speak, though I fear there will be little left for them to find. I am uncomfortably familiar with tales of pirates looting and even commandeering their targets, but to sink the ship entirely? Excessively brutal act, even for a buccaneer. No, I'd wager cold hard coin that those thrice-damned fishbacks are behind this. Them and their serpent reaver lackeys. The Scion have much to answer for. Vengeance will be forthcoming, but let us first focus on rescuing what poor souls we may. While the warship scours the waters, I would have you head to Eastern Noskia and look for any survivors washed up on the sands of the Bloodshore. One of my soldiers, Private Wilfalk, has been deployed to coordinate the search. Speak with him when you arrive, and he will direct your efforts to where they are most needed. Malin Lane, guide your steps. I have to remember how to pronounce Lane's name. Right. Yes, Costa del Sol is the best place to go. Nearly forgotten about. Struggles with the beast tribes and the primals. But searching for and helping survivors, that's something I can do. Let's go, Sickness. If there's any signs of anyone along the beach. Oh. Looks like wreck. The maelstrom's already here. People aren't looking in good shape. Ma'am? Have you seen my little Robin? I was certain I held him tightly as we fell into the water. So it's very, very tightly. Sir, is everything okay? Well, obviously not, but is there any way I can help? You're the one Commander Ricky said to expect then? I'm Wilfalk, a private in the Commander's foreign levy. As you can see, there ain't much for me to coordinate. The fishbacks made a good mess of the ship. Seems barely a handful of the poor buggers with their sailing had made it on shore alive. Where am I? Where's Robin? Where's my son? Ma'am? Now you just calm yourself down, good wife. We'll have your boy back in your arms before you can spit up another lungful of seawater. The tide's been merciful to a fortunate few like the good wife here, and carried them all the way to the beach. Here, you'll be needing some of my medical supplies for the bleeding and the injured. Take a walk along the coast and help with them as ain't beyond helping. Okay. Oh, are you okay there, sir? Ah, my shoulder burns. Don't take me arm, I'm begging you. Don't worry, sir. Just give me a moment. I'll see if I can help. Does that feel any better? Ah, I can feel my fingers again. Those gutless fishbacks. They were over the rail and swinging before I could stammer out a prayer to the navigator. Still more to help. You okay there? You okay? Oh, what did he say? I made it? One moment we were sailing along, happy as you please. Next, I was struggling to keep my head above the waves. You're okay now, sir. What did I do? Oh, target myself. There we go. Looks a little. Are you okay? I can barely breathe. Don't worry, I can help. You okay? Thank you. Thank you. Which of the seven heavens is this? Bloodshore? Oh. I don't know if I call seven heaven Bloodshore any of the seven heavens. Sir? Are you... Oh, waves slammed me into the rocks. Cut me up some, I think. Is it bad? It won't be in a moment, sir. Don't worry about it. There you go. How are you feeling now? My thanks. I feel much stronger now. I remember an impact like bloody thunder and the deck lurching beneath my feet. Then Day came aboard. I don't see anyone else who's not already been tended to. Private Wolfalk? I think I've given out as much help as I can. I think everyone here is going to make it out. You've saved some lives this day, lad. This is a terrible thing what happened, but you take what solace you can into little victories. Not that any amount of souls will have me forgiven those blasted fishbacks. You expect attacks on the Navy. That's what we signed up for. But sinking a civilian ship with women and children aboard? The Scion of Ice Ward over blood, I tell you. No, that's not my little Robin. Oh. Sorry, sir. I've got to go. It's a shame I couldn't be more help. I guess we never find out what happens to Robin. That's the anti-tower. I don't know quite what I was expecting, but I guess it's... I should say hello, should I? Good evening, is everyone? I guess it is straight, just a upside down tower. I don't know if I quite understand Charlian thinking. This must be the familiars and guardians that Master Matoya mentioned. This is... What are these platforms made out of? They're not just going to fall apart, are they, or anything? Should I feel bad about fighting Krogos? I'm not quite sure how sentient familiars are. Wherever onwards. As getting to the tower is always going to be the first. Let's deal with the Guardians. I wonder... Are they just all on the outside? Maybe the inside will be clear. Would they have anticipated people getting past the first wave? Oh, more of them. That looks like the last platform, and that's a big Krogo. In. I forget modification cancels your combo. Oh, that was a bit of a waste. I guess we stay away from the singing. Fire. Air. Red. Thunder. Oh. Stop singing. That is painful to listen to. not appreciate that your frog song. That hurt. And with the sword. Like 3 times. Back. Stone, thunder. Fire, wind. And wind again. Oh. Never mind. It was 146 and 142. So I could probably use... I could probably make use of the... if I see a necklace or bracelet for... magic cost, DPS costers. Go. Arrow. Scatter. And, I've just noticed, but where are we? This doesn't look like what I quite expect the inside of a tower to look like. Guess if it's one made to observe the ethereal sea, it wouldn't look quite normal. This is a little... wait, am I seeing that right? The way the banisters are on the other... We're on the underside of these platforms? I think? That's a... I don't know quite what the... what am I doing? Nope, don't move it. Back to magic. Oh! Hey there! No worries, you go do your raiding. Thank you for stopping in. Oh, I cast scatter without casting script cost. Well, and then I just... Oh, I messed up a lot of what I was doing there. Right. Deal with the Marilith. Under scatter. Jolt. Arrow. Stone. Thunder. And there we go. Just build the staircase out of furniture, I guess. It's freaking with... That's a Ziggy save. Everyone's Ziggy hero. Those look like problems. That's... feel a little far away from Ziggy. Or is that... is Ziggy a Spriggan, or is he another familiar like the brothers? Oh, that looks like a problem. I guess I hide. Oh, nope, just still need to hide. That's a... I do not think I want to get hit by whatever that is. That... fire. More of them. Ziggy's brought friends from the looks of it. Right. There we go. Deeper in, right? Just trying to get to the heart of the building. This is... We're on the roof. But why the chandeliers are... The chandeliers are hanging down, so why aren't we... Charlie and magic is a little confusing. More statues. Just mammoths this time from the looks of it. No magical familiars allowed inside? Here. Still deeper in. Still healing. Raining. Oh. Yep, more of them. Acceleration. No, where are they all? Is that the best place? Okay. Gold magic. More mammoths, and I'm going to guess that those statues are going to be falling. Yep, looks like I was right. Under sky. Arrow. Got her. Nope. Right. And deeper. So we're climbing up the tower by going down, right? That's how this works? We are called Sabrina. Adorable dolls. Terrible dolls. Yip yip ho. Yip ho ho. I'm not sure I'm okay with this. Why? I guess we're fighting dolls? Or are these just like big mammoths? They are. And now I'm just close to them. They are. Whoa, that's a problem. Just deal with them as I would any other enemy. They're still just... Oh, that's... Oh, they know how to insult. Oh, that was easy. Never mind. Now what is... That is... uncomfortable. Just deal with it. And retreat. Acceleration. Just back into the room. That this looks like a barrier. Fire. Here. What's it? What is this? What? Excuse me? Thank you, friend. Really appreciate that one. Just keep at it. Oh. Ow, looked right at that. Shouldn't have done that. Yes. Did we do it? I... Please don't look at me like that. I'm sorry. Why are they still dancing? As long as they're gone, I guess. This looks like... It's clear. Go to my fellow DPS. Need on that, why not? Oh, I need to point up for. Well, we've now, I guess, do I go back and let the others know, or can I use this tower myself to find Minfilia? I'm not quite sure. This is... Crystal of Light.
Hear, feel, think.
Eidolon? That's right. The Ethereal Sea. Eidolon.
Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me,
You...
as I knew thou wouldst.
This... Your voice seems different to when I last heard it. What...
We are the word of the Mother. We, who were once called Minfilia.
Minfilia? You're... Wait.
Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet. Since I hearkened to her word.
Is that you, Minfilia?
Mother, Eidolon guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea.
But why?
There, adrift and alone. Her voice silent once more. I prayed for those we had lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering.
Minfilia is...
We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world.
I'm not quite sure I'm following, Minfilia. What's...
Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think.
I'm... Minfilia? I'm not quite sure I get what you're trying to tell me.
Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one.
Okay.
But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard.
I'm not sure I'm quite understanding.
Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease.
Zodiac is...
They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source.
So, is it just me, or does Sorin look incredibly, like, just unamused in that? His expression there just looks like kind of... You serious there, Minfilia? That's not actually how Sorin would be, but it... I don't know what it is.
Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining.
Rejoining...
Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger.
So...
7 times have I failed.
I guess the Ascians are trying to cause 13 calamities? They're like...
The Ascians
They're more than halfway.
cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final.
Final? Minfilia? Are you... What is...
The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea.
Minfilia? I still don't understand. Where...
Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Seek what? Minfilia, What? Minfilia? No. No, that wasn't... That's not how this was supposed to end. This is... Alpha...
Thancred 12.
I don't know if...
Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
Thancred, I found her, but I don't know.
The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryle?
I'm sorry.
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone?
Seemed like it.
But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Master Matoya?
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths.
Like...
To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I'd forgotten about that line. That is a... Sorry. I know, I just feel... That feels like a very good line for... Just the path you've chosen is paved for the dead. Walk it with your eyes open or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait!
Sorry.
No, this is all wrong.
No. She's not coming back, is she? Now. We carry on, as we must. She went to great lengths to inform us of the enemy's designs. We stand, as ever, against the dark, as defenders of the light. Yet, for how long, I wonder? How much more loss must we endure? Don't know, Alfie, no. But that is where I will end this stream on that note. Thank you for coming by and watching. And I hope you've enjoyed it a bit. And well, I'll be back with Sorin's journey on Friday. Yes, I will be. I was just thinking, I do have other things on Friday evening, but I know they shouldn't interfere with my streaming. I emphasize, shouldn't. And then on Saturday for more Celeste and trying to get those darn crystal hearts that I am struggling with. But again, thanks for coming by and watching, and I hope you have a nice evening, or afternoon, or morning, wherever you are.